guys, it's Carson Racich with LUTV News, and some exciting stuff's happening in Southeast Texas right now. It is snowing. Texas doesn't see snow ever, and it is pretty exciting to see this kind of happen, once in a lifetime thing, especially the fact that the entire state of Texas, all the counties are under a winter storm advisory. I mean, that is something we don't see ever. As a Midwesterner, being in the South, it is pretty exciting to get to show my teammates and all my friends kind of like how we do it back home, since this is basically what we deal with every year, basically every month until summer hits. So it's been a lot of fun. As far as like what I've been doing for this entire snow break is a lot of competition with my roommates and teammates. We've done a lot of different meals as a team, and we've done a lot of outside activities. So the first night that it snowed, we had gone out and taken a bunch of pictures outside, because I mean, it's the first snowfall. The first snowfall is always the prettiest, right? And then from there, we went and built a snowman, and we went sledding, and it was really cool to like get my teammates to come with me, because they don't get to do this very often. I get to do this every year for the most part. So I told them to grab whatever they could. We're gonna grab whatever we can, and we're gonna go hit the slopes. Screw the golf course right now. We're gonna go hit the slopes. We're gonna go have some fun. So they were all a little confused by what I meant by just grab anything, but I'm like, guys, cookie sheets, cardboard, plastic boxes that you put clothes in, just anything. And then I told them to grab the Pam. My parents growing up used to spray everything down with Pam. Pam makes you go fast. So once we climbed over the do not trespass sign, there was a fence of it. It was pretty great. We felt like complete rebels. We had climbed up the hill to where everyone else was sledding, and we went flying. Even the dog had a blast doing it. He was chasing after us the entire time. It was a blast. Aside from that, when we came back to the apartment, we did a lot of different competitions on the Wii. We all brought our Wii back home, all our different games, all our controllers. We all had a blast. Being on the golf team, we go from being out on the course and competing to on the Wii and competing. So we got a little bit of practice in, I guess you could say. Not very good practice, but it was still a lot of fun. There was some competition amongst all of us. We had switched teams up here and there, and we would really just get after it. Aside from just playing golf on the Wii, we also did bowling, we did Mario Kart, and we did like table tennis. We pretty much did it all. We had all these different brackets going on to see who would be the last one standing. It was a blast. And then from there, we had also done a bunch of team dinners. So since we had a few teammates that could not live in their own house due to the weather, with the snow, the pipes bursting, and then just not having heat or water, they came and lived with us for a while. I guess you could say a week, because it was a whole week we had been off. We did a bunch of team dinners. So we did breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We all ate every meal together. And it was really fun to sit back and take a break from everything that's been going on around outside of just our everyday lives. So we got to come back and rebuild our relationship. It was a lot of team bonding that went on, for us at least. And I'm sure other people in the area of Beaumont get to say, like, aside from a pandemic and stressing about everyday life going on, that with this snow day, they kind of got to sit back and just relax with the family. And another cool thing about being from the north coming down to the south is that we get to deal with this every year. So I got to kind of help out with my friends and classmates and all that who either needed to go out or stay in. If they needed something, I was willing to go out and go get it for them, because I was raised knowing how to handle situations like this with black ice and snow. We grew up driving in this. All our driving instructing classes basically taught us, if you're gonna slide, like, you want to steer into it and then try to get your car to go to the direction that you want the front end of your car to be pointing. And then if we are going to be going out, you don't drive fast. You try to stay off any highways. And then if you're gonna stop, you need to make sure you give yourself a lot of room and you tap the brakes. You don't slam on the brakes, because if you slam on the brakes, you're gonna lose control and all your wheels are gonna lock up. So just knowing that a little bit of information, I got to help pass that along to all my friends and basically tell them, like, hey, don't be scared of anything. There's nothing to be scared of. I do understand, like, Texas is not built how we are up north, and that was something that I got to sit back and reflect on as well, because being a northerner, when you come down to the south, you kind of have this perspective of, oh, you guys don't know how to handle the cold weather and the snow, and anything comes this way. But I did learn a lot of lessons being in the south during a storm like this, is that the houses aren't built the same way down here. The roads can't handle the salt, nor is there a surplus of salt to be spreading on all these roads, to accumulate for people who are trying to drive on this stuff. And that pipes aren't routed the same way, and just there's no way to get food and water back and forth when basically you could say the whole state's been shut down. So it was a lot of reflecting and learning lessons. And then another fun thing that I did is, like, I am a diehard golfer, so I could not stay away from the course. The first day that it had a lot of snowfall, I did go out after the snow had melted a little bit, and I went out to the golf course and I hit a few shots. And it was really cool to basically be back in my element, back at home. Everyone used to think, like, we're so crazy to go out and hit golf balls out in the snow, but this is usual, this is normal for us. So it was kind of cool to be like, nothing bothers me, rain or shine or snow, you know. So it was really cool just to be able to go play out in the snow and feel like I'm kind of back home. And like I said before, just reflect a little bit and just treat this as a learning lesson. And it was really cool just to see snow in the South. And, you know, I moved down to Texas to be able to play all year round, and it was very freaky to see snow in Texas. I honestly wasn't assuming that we were going to get any of this, so it was pretty cool to wake up to, and then the next morning, and I didn't believe it when people say typically after a hurricane, you know, of strong power, that snow typically does fall, and I thought everyone was bluffing, and here we were with snow on the ground in Southeast Texas. So it has been pretty cool, to say the least, you know, despite all the accidents that have happened and the shortage of water, and, you know, moving forward, not having all the things that we do need to keep a steady pace of life going. But it has been a lot of fun, and it has been a lot of fun times with making memories with teammates, roommates, friends, family. It has been something that I will always remember.